The contents of this podcast is for informational purposes only and should not be considered as medical advice. If you have a specific health concern or condition, please consult a qualified healthcare professional. For more details, check out herguru.uk/disclaimers. Hello, everyone, and welcome to ABGW Podcast. I'm your host, Cheryl, and I want to say thank you for joining us for episode number 1. Yes, this is our very first episode, so welcome. In this episode, we'll be talking about unlocking your potential for 2024. That's right, choosing your New Year's resolutions for a life-changing year ahead. So let's go. So what happens when you have a life that you design? Good question. That's what's coming up. But before we do, let's meet Charlotte. Trauma recovery redefined. From struggle to strength for a life you love more often than not. Amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. Helping women just like you who are unhappy. Perhaps even with your supposedly quote-unquote good life. This is a mum and daughter duo, not pulling any punches as we explore trauma recovery and ideas for building resilience. So you work smarter and definitely not harder to create a transformational life, a life you love more often than not. Walking alone in the quiet, still woods, with the beautiful rolling hills behind her, rustling leaves beneath her tired and weary feet, Charlotte began her way up the gravel path to the cottage, its wooden beams almost like ghosts whispering tales of generations past. And the heavy smell of old books filled the air as she entered. "Tell me, young Charlotte, what's your heart's true desires?" said the dwarf-like old man, silver-streaked hair flowing down his head, obscuring his twinkling grey eyes, staring straight out as he welcomed Charlotte with a warm smile. Charlotte, hesitating for a moment as she took a breath in, gathered her thoughts, her voice quivering with uncertainty. "I wish to find a purpose that fills my days with joy." Charlotte had been reminiscing for quite some time now. She wanted to be a good professional. She wanted to show just how much she was a devoted daughter to her overbearing mother. Her thoughts, now consuming almost every waking moment, with a burning desire to make 2024 something more than just another ordinary year. And somehow she didn't have to sell her soul to do it, to have that meaningfulness in her life. With that, the wise storyteller, nodding, almost knowing her thoughts, as he began weaving his tale. We'll get back to Charlotte a bit later. Now, this time of year presents an opportunity to set goals and make positive changes. Don't you think so? Now, one of the things I particularly enjoy about this time of year is not only that the air is cold, which it is. I usually have a cold at this time of year, but it's also filled with a real sense of possibilities. We've had autumn, and now we're heading into the winter months. And as we consider all those things, memories of past resolutions may come to mind. Now, you may have abandoned some over time, while others you work very diligently at. So here we are, standing at the threshold of another year, 2024, and you could begin to feel excited about new beginnings. I mean, incredible opportunities that there might be for personal growth and self-improvement. And let's face it, either way, the time presents an opportunity to set goals and make positive changes in life. So, as we embark on this journey together, it's essential to approach the task of choosing our New Year's resolutions with some thoughtfulness and intention. And if you're anything like me, you might be less than thrilled with your follow through in previous years, let's face it. But this is a new year, 2024, and it brings opportunities to challenge yourself in all kinds of new ways. So before we dive into the process of setting and selecting our resolutions, let's take a moment to reflect on this year, 2023, especially with everything that's happened to everyone. And, you know, with everything that we've had to deal with over the past few years, especially the pandemic, it's crucial to at least acknowledge the resilience born from navigating all of these challenges. So let's take a moment to honor our strength and explore. So let's consider our accomplishments, your accomplishments, all the challenges you have faced, the areas where you may have felt you may have fallen short, because it's important to reflect on these things because they provide us with valuable insight. Okay, enough of that. Let's look forward now, because there's not much point looking at the past, is there? Well, we can choose to dwell in the trauma, but I'm into empowerment, don't you know? And I've always believed that we should start the way we mean to go on. So let's craft resolutions that foster that trauma recovery that we want in the upcoming year. So here are 5 ideas you could consider. But remember, the idea is to be more you, helping yourself to be more successful in the coming weeks and months to come. Okay, so when deciding on resolutions, it's crucial to prioritize what really matters. So let's go. Number 1, select an area of your life that's important to you. Okay, yeah, I know what you're thinking, but no, I do mean it, really important to you, underlining important. Setting resolutions, as you know, is just the beginning. We're about to embark on a journey to make our dreams come true. And I'm not talking about those dreams where you're flying naked in public. I mean the really important stuff. So the key lies in creating a plan of action. Yes, I know. Outline the steps you have to take to achieve your goals, and then establish a timeline for each milestone that we want to reach along the way. And of course, having this well-structured and compassionate plan will help you stay on the course and, of course, help you navigate any obstacles that may arise. So take a moment now to reflect on what truly matters to you before moving on, because it's important that we take the time to reflect on what truly matters, and then choose an area of your life that holds great significance. I mean, it should be a goal that ignites a fire within inside you. I mean, something that sets your soul on fire, something you desire more than anything else. So, if there was a miracle tonight and you were to wake up and in this area of your life, everything was exactly the way you wanted it to be, what sort of thing would you need to be thinking about? What would you be seeing? What would you be hearing that would let you know that a miracle had occurred in this area of your life? Let's make it happen. Okay. Tip number 2, be specific. All right, time to get specific. Okay, now, none of this wishy-washy stuff that we've done in the past. Like, I want to spend more time with my family. Nonsense. No, come on now. We need details, details, details. As you know, vague resolutions often lack direction and can be difficult to measure. So instead of a broad goal like exercising more, consider a specific target like exercising, 30 minutes 5 times a week. Now, our co-host, Naya, really helped me with this. she really helped me to get clarity on my own physical health journey because I haven't been the best. And with that clarity, it's also helped me mentally to create a clear roadmap for the progress that I want to see and that I can measure myself against. Remember, we're lasering in, just like in James Bond movie. What was it called? Goldfinger. Boy, was he focused then when that laser was between his legs. And that's what we're looking to do. We're looking to focus on what really, really matters. So deciding on resolutions is crucial to prioritize what really matters. And it can be tempting to make a long list of goals, but you'll find that it's much more effective to concentrate on a few key areas. And that way you're narrowing your focus. As I said, we're lasering in, and you can dedicate time and energy to something that is meaningful and will have a meaningful change in your life and actually have a lasting effect, which is what you want. Another example might be you want to get into shape for 2024. So why not state it like this? I want to lose 2 inches from my waist and 3 inches from my hips. Or another one might be, I want to increase the visual muscle definition in my abdomens, in my upper arms, and in my thighs. So when I look in the mirror, I look great naked. Now, that's the target you can hit. Let's focus, people, because specifics are our beacon for progress and healing. This episode of ABGW is brought to you by Her Guru Coaching and Hypnotherapy, exploring the potential within. Her Guru provides both physical and mental fitness coaching and hypnotherapy services. You can find out more details by visiting herguru.uk. Number 3, make your resolutions using concrete parameters to measure your progress. Okay, measuring progress is the key. We need concrete parameters, don't you know? So how will you measure your results? Now, as the philosopher Seneca said, you can't make crooked straight without a ruler. Okay, so don't go it alone. Share your resolutions with a trusted friend or a family member who can provide you not only with the support that you need, but also will hold you accountable as well as holding space open for you. And what I mean by that is a space where you can have your regular check-ins and you can provide progress updates without feeling guilty. What better way is it of having your own cheerleader and accountability partner? Number 4, structure your resolutions using mini goals. Break them down, down, down. One of the things that has really helped me is a book called The Atomic Habits by James Clear. I don't like reading books, I'll be totally honest with you. But for me, what's really helped is that you have a goal and then you start making progress. And then all of a sudden you can feel paralyzed by the fact that you don't know what steps to take. And we don't need that. So as you know, large goals can sometimes feel overwhelming, making it easy to lose motivation along the way. I know that's happened to me. I've got really excited about something, and then the more I've progressed, I've lost motivation and then wondered where I am with it all. So to combat this, it's about breaking your resolutions down into smaller and smaller and smaller manageable steps. That way you can take any anxiety you may have felt and basically throw it out the window. So consider this. You want to lose 30 pounds. You struggle to lose the weight in the past, but you want to get serious now. So here's one way you could cut these down into mini goals as suggested by our co-host Naya. So you could lose 10 pounds in the first quarter of the year, then lose another 10 pounds in the second quarter, and then drop the final 10 pounds in the third quarter. Boom! We are making real progress now. And then in the last quarter of the year, you can just plan to focus on maintaining the progress that you've already made. Okay, number 5, be realistic. Be realistic. Yeah, it's time for a reality check now. We all want to conquer the world, but let's be realistic here. We all know that setting unobtainable goals just leads to more frustration and disappointment. So let's go high, aim high, just like Michelle Obama said, but keep it within reach. Trust me, you'll feel like a superhero when you cross those achievable objectives. So instead, set objectives that are challenging yet achievable. And this approach will not only boost your motivation, but will also increase your chances of success, which is what we want in the end. Remember to stay flexible because life throws us curveballs all the time. So be ready to adapt and keep pushing forward. It's all about the progress, not just about the results. So with that, what happened to Charlotte? So now armed with a renewed sense of purpose and clarity, Charlotte set forth on her own quest to fulfill her resolutions. Now, in her eyes, Charlotte had already begun a transformational journey to discover what she truly wanted, guided by the power and wisdom of her own heart. So let's honor our strength and explore the avenues for healing in this new year. That's all for this episode of ABGW. Amazing, brilliant, gorgeous, wonderful. Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you enjoyed this episode. So you might want to subscribe while you're here or leave a review so we know how we're doing. Thank you for joining us where we explore strategies to create a life you love. Until the next time, bye for now.